As to count one, we, the jury, sentenced the defendant Carly Gregg to life imprisonment.
Today, we're going to look into the tragic case of a happy family that once seemed like any other: a mother, a father, and their bright-eyed daughter, Carly. Greg and Ashley Smiley married in 2005 and soon welcomed Carly into their lives. For years, they lived as a happy family. Carly was a bright child, talented, creative, and full of promise. But life, as it often does, changed course. When Carly was nearly 4, her parents separated. The breakup was tough, especially on Carly. The once happy little girl struggled to understand why her family had fallen apart. The split brought emotional turbulence that never quite settled. Carly faced her pain in silence, and as the years went by, it became clear that she was struggling deeply. On March 19, 2024, a shocking event occurred. Carly Gregg, a 14-year-old girl, killed her mother, Ashley Smiley, a 40-year-old high school teacher, and tried to kill her stepfather, Heath Smiley. The tragedy happened inside the Smiley family's home.
Chilling surveillance video was shown to the jury from the day of the murder. The video pointed toward the kitchen, showing Carly and her mother arriving home and letting their dogs inside the house. Minutes would go by and Carly is seen walking over to where her parents kept the guns in the home. She's seen making sure the coast is clear before shooting at her mother 3 times, all while appearing calm moments after killing her. After the shooting, Carly texted her stepfather from her mom's phone to see when he would be home, and then invited her friend over to show that friend her mom's dead body.
After the tragic event, authorities quickly began to investigate the crime. When police arrived at the Smiley home, they found Ashley Smiley dead in Carly's bedroom. Heath Smiley, who had been shot but survived, gave a dramatic 911 call where he screamed, "She killed her mom."
Can you tell me what your son's wearing? Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
He was in jeans and a grayish t-shirt. She's got short, brownish hair.
So, jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck. It's okay, I
Does she
think.
still have the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter. I think there's one live round left in it. I opened the cylinder. I went in the back door. She tried to shoot me.
Hey, I need some gloves.
Carly Gregg.
Carly Gregg? How old is she?
14. She'll be 15 next month.
In surveillance video from the day of the murder, screams can be heard coming from inside the home before Carly and her friend are seen running away.
Carly had fled the scene, but police found her not far from the house and arrested her. Prosecutors said Carly planned the crime. She took a gun from her parents' bedroom and went into her own room, where her mother was. She then shot her mother 3 times in the face. Afterward, Carly waited for her stepfather to return home. When he did, she ambushed him and shot him too, but he survived. Carly's defense team argued that she was struggling with mental health issues at the time. They said she didn't understand what she was doing, but the prosecutors believed that Carly knew exactly what she was doing, and that she was fully aware of her actions.
During trial, Carly's defense team admitted she killed her mother and shot her stepfather, but argued she was legally insane at the time of the crime and had been suffering from mental illness.
We believe the evidence will show that there were 3 victims on March 19th: Ashley Smiley, Heath Smiley, and Carly Smiley, and Carly Gregg, that they were all 3 victims. We believe the evidence will show that Carly had been suffering from a mental illness, that Carly was not aware on March 19th that Carly was not aware on March 19th that she had a mental illness. We believe the evidence will show that Carly's parents, who lived with her, were not aware that Carly was suffering from a mental illness. We believe the evidence will show that Carly's close friends, who saw her at school every day, were not aware that Carly was suffering from a mental illness, because it's hard to look at a person and understand that they have a mental illness.
So, Heath, let me ask you, what made you think that that was Carly that sent that message and not Ashley?
I don't know, just something with the phrasing of it, maybe. I'm not sure.
Carly's stepdad, Heath Smiley, would take the stand, but as a witness for the state. He said when he arrived home that day, he was met with a gun in his face.
Interviewing Carly's father, Greg, he admits that his own life wasn't always perfect. He had his battles with addiction and mental illness, and wasn't always able to be there when Carly needed him.
Well, tonight he speaks exclusively with 3 on Your Side's Morgan Harris from Starkville about his daughter's early years and his emotions following the guilty verdict.
I love Carly, and I would love to have tried to help her the best I could. I kept screaming in my head, why couldn't you just have called me?
Kevin Gregg is Carly Gregg's biological father. He says it's hard to find one word to describe how he felt when he found out what happened inside of his ex-wife's home March 19th.
Ashamed, embarrassed, angry, upset, very sad. I loved her too. We were married for almost a decade.
Greg and Ashley Smiley married in 2005. They later had Carly. According to her father, Carly was an ordinary kid during her early years.
We had really enjoyed ourselves, and she was a wonderful child, and she was obviously multi-talented, gifted. We loved each other. We loved that girl.
He says when he and Ashley split, Carly had a tough time.
It was right before she turned 4 when she separated from me and Ashley. She had suicidal ideation on record in Warren County.
Greg says he's still in a state of shock, knowing his daughter killed the woman who gave birth to her.
That girl knew right from wrong. That girl is not insane. That was a very dumb defense, if you ask me. But I wasn't involved. Nobody ever called me.
Carly and her father's mental state were both a part of that defense. Greg admits that he suffers from a mental illness and hasn't always stayed on the straight and narrow.
Now, yes, previously in my life, I did a lot of drugs. Yes, and I admit them.
With Carly's attorneys possibly appealing the decision, Greg believes only one tactic will help his daughter in the future.
I don't think anything's going to help Carly unless she wants to use the truth and rehabilitation and remorse, as, defense tactics,
He now hopes to help Carly in the best way he can while she adapts to her new normal as she spends the rest of her life behind bars.
I don't want to judge her. I hope she finds Jesus. I hope she can reconcile with what she did.
Again, that was Morgan Harris reporting. Kevin Gregg denies claims made during the trial that he abused Carly. We will continue to closely follow any appeals in this case.
The day Carly shot her mother was a day no one saw coming, a tragedy that left a family shattered and the world in shock. As the investigation unfolded, it was revealed that Carly had been hiding a secret life. Friends and schoolmates testified that she had been using marijuana and had hidden burner phones. One friend even told her mother about Carly's drug use, which led to a confrontation between Carly and her mother just hours before the shooting. During the trial, prosecutors presented video footage showing Carly with a gun, pacing in the house before the shooting. They argued that she knew exactly what she was doing when she shot her mother and attempted to kill her stepfather. Carly's defense team, however, argued that she was experiencing a mental health crisis and didn't understand the gravity of her actions at the time. The prosecution's argument was strong. They pointed to Carly's actions after the murder, such as inviting a friend over and showing them the body, as proof that she understood what she had done. The defense countered by saying Carly's history of mental health problems, including depression and self-harm, should have been considered when determining her mental state during the crime. The jury deliberated for only 2 hours before returning a guilty verdict.
As to count one, we the jury sentenced the defendant Carly Madison Gregg to life imprisonment. As to count two, we the jury sentenced the defendant Carly Madison Gregg to life imprisonment. Please be seated.
Carly Gregg was convicted of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and tampering with evidence. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This case drew national attention and raised questions about how young people with mental health challenges should be treated in the criminal justice system. Carly's defense team expressed their intention to appeal the decision, arguing that she was not in control of her actions at the time of the shooting. They hoped to secure a reduced sentence or even a retrial based on her mental health history. The prosecution's argument focused on the disturbing evidence, including Carly's calm demeanor after the killings and the chilling video footage. This evidence suggested that Carly was fully aware of what she had done, undermining her defense that she was in a mental health crisis. This case has highlighted the need for more attention to youth mental health issues. As experts have pointed out, many young people struggle with emotional and psychological challenges that, if left untreated, can lead to tragic outcomes. In Carly's case, her history of mental health issues was clear, but it was not enough to prevent the violence from unfolding. As Carly Gregg's case continues to capture attention, it serves as a tragic reminder of the need for vigilance in addressing the mental health of young people and the consequences when these issues are ignored. Thank you for watching this episode of True Crime Uncovered. If you found this story impactful, please like this video, comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, stay safe.